Okay, Shalom, Shalom. Kum Yasha'Allah, Koholoyim La Yehovah Bashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakahakodash, double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well, that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. Just want to say the waters to the H.I.M and Akhwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes and commandments of Yehovah Bashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan the Waf just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And wanted to touch on this article in the Messenger. You can see this young lady right here, Maciel Hay, I think is her name. But of course, it's in the military section. It's a lot. It's Shalom. It's 441. All praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. But it says she grew up shooting guns on her family's ranch. Now she's the Army's first female active duty sniper. Right? Now, it's a few things we can get out of this. Firstly, let's get this scripture real quick, because this is a indicator of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the so-called white race. This is an indicator. This is how we know who they are, because they're not white. No one looks like a glass of milk. They're actually pinkish to reddish in color, according to the scriptures right here. And I'm going to start at Genesis 25 and 25. Now, if you're familiar with the story, this is Isaac and Rebekah. Isaac entreats the Lord for his wife Rebekah to have a child. She, of course, has twins. One of the oldest twin is Esau Edom, which would be the so-called white man or the so-called white race today. And the other was Jacob, which, that would be the so-called Native American Indians, so-called blacks, Hispanics, And Jacob, his name was changed to Israel, which is Yasharallah in the Hebrew tongue, which means that he is a prince of the power. His name was changed to Yasharallah, or Israel. And he had 12 sons. And the promises was given to Abraham, Isaac, and Israel's 12 sons, and so on and so forth. Those 12 sons had sons. Those sons had sons, and so on and so forth, all the way up until this day and time. Right now, there are the sons of Jacob, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you have the sons of Esau, which are, the so-called white race, and they have different tribes of them as well, But anyway, let's start at verse 25 right here. It says, and the first came out red, because that's the color of the so-called white man. He's telling everybody that he's white, but again, nobody looks like a glass of milk. No one looks like clouds. No one looks like snow. They're pinkish to reddish in color. It says, and the first came out red, because he's the oldest, so he came out first, all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came out his brother, Salakia, and after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them, and the boys grew. And Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. So even with their women are can be cunning hunters. Their women, can be people that can live off the land, so to speak. They're into, just Esau in general. The so-called white man, he's into, esports. He's into, fucking surfing. He's into climbing mountains. He's into jumping out of planes. He's into bungee jumping. He's into, you name it. If it's got something to do with somewhat of some danger or somewhat of some roughness, so to speak, that's Esau Edom. That's them. So this is why, I wanted to bring this lesson out, is because for two reasons, really, to show that Esau Edom is the so-called white man, because this is his trait. Matter of fact, let me read it in the NLT over here. It says, as the boys grew up, Esau became a skillful hunter. He was an outdoorsman. What does it say about this lady here? She's she learned how to shoot because she's an outdoorsman along with her family. And this is what the so-called white man does. They're out here hunting right now. Esau keep a hunting season. 12 months out of the year round, there's something that you can go hunt. They're hunting something. They can't help themselves. If you was to get rid of, that's why they fight so hard for their gun rights. And that's the reason why they fight so hard for, hunting and things of that nature, because that's their nature. They fight hard for those things. It says, as the boys grew up, Esau became a skillful hunter. He was an outdoorsman, but Jacob, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, had a quiet temperament, preferring to stay at home. And that's what we do. You're not about to, don't get me wrong, some of our people will go out and hunt, especially in the South. You know what I'm saying? But generally, our people are going out to really hunt for like food, so to speak. It might be a season for something or whatever. But Esau Edom, the so-called white man, he's in control of when you can hunt. That's another trait and attribute of him. Job 9:24 goes off into the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He can tell you when to hunt. He can tell you when to fish. If you don't have his licenses to do those things, then you can be fined and being jailed. Because the earth is given into their hands. So that's why they're able to say, well, hey, you can hunt turkeys this time of the year. You can hunt deer this time of the year. You can hunt bears this time of the year. You can hunt, But then also Esau, he has a system of going out to hunt things as far as sportsman hunting. Like they'll go kill elephants. They'll go out and kill lions. They'll go and kill panthers, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because that's this man's trait, right? But it says that Jacob he has a quiet temperament. We're chill people. We like to chill at home. You're not about to really catch our people out here, especially not our women. Our women not going out here and sitting around and just shooting that shit. Just out laying on the ground waiting to kill something. And when you become a sniper, you have to do a lot of shit, man. So let's go off into some of her story. You know what I'm saying? And matter of fact, though, let me get this real quick as well, since we already here. Genesis 27. Because we have to go off into the fact that he was blessed with that sword. Let's see here. This was a part of the blessing that Esau was blessed with. Verse 37. Now, if you're familiar with the story, Jacob, he got the blessing, he got the birthright, and then this is where Jacob also gets the blessing. So Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is left out. And that's one of the reasons why he hates you so-called blacks so cold to this very day. A lot of so-called white people, they really don't know why it's just a natural thing. There's a fight between Esau and Jacob. That's this whole movie. The other nations of people, they're kind of like extras. So-called Chinese, so-called Japanese, all these different other nations. They're like extras in this movie. The main characters, the antagonist and the protagonist, is Esau and Jacob. The so-called white and so-called black, so to speak, right? So Jacob ends up getting this blessing. But this is the blessing that our forefather Isaac blessed Esau with after he was crying and shit. Verse 37, it says, And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him, and what shall I do now unto thee, my son? So this is, the blessing that basically was going to Jacob. You know what I'm saying? This is the end of, see, when Esau Edom, when this kingdom falls, like you see America falling, or like you see the Caucasian race, they're falling. As you can see, all these places is falling. So when it all falls down, when the Lord Yahweh, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus, which would be a so-called black man if he was walking the earth today, when he comes, Esau is going to be this is when his kingdom is going to end. He's living his dream right now, but it's phasing, right? It says, And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept, so he was crying. But check out what he was blessed with. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. That's the reason why when I go off into this story that I'm about to read about this young lady right here, you're going to see that, she has access to the fatness of the earth. Because what do so-called white people do? They buy a house or have a house built, so to speak, and they want acres of land. I work with all the Edomites that I work with, they all have at least 5 to 10 acres of land. Just minimal. Basic. They actually have trackers to cut their grass with. That's how much land they have. But when it comes to Jake, we just in the hood. You may have that little plot of land that we paying rent for. You got the house with the little attic up top with the basement at the bottom, or at least where I live. Now, if you live in the South, some of our people have a little bit more land. But, being stuck in these cities, Jake don't have nothing. But me being in the city, they also have little outside rural areas. And the so-called white man, they live, they live in, man, they got the fatness of the land. They, they living off creeks. They have little waterways and little ponds. They have ponds and places they can go fish. They can just go out on their own land, actually, and hunt without no licenses. You see? Well, anyway, it says, and by thy sword shalt thou live. What's the sword? The sword is a weapon. He's been living off that sword for a long, long time. He's been conquering nations after nation, going in, taking resources, taking land, he's been taking continents with that weapon for a long time, right? So, and that's that sword. This is how we know who this man is. It says, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And this is what happened. At one point, especially during the reign of King David, the Edomites were under subjection to our forefather, King David, and his kingdom. But then they ended up, coming up. It was their time to reign and rule, which they're in right now, which is ending. So when this ends, Jacob is going to go back into rulership when H.I.M comes, which the word English calls Jesus. When he comes, Jacob will go back into rulership, and that will be an everlasting rulership. So Esau is playing out right now. But I wanted to just touch on this because when I was reading through it, it just fits Esau. See, here she go right here. Little Edomite, or appearing to be an Edomite. Now, don't get me wrong. We don't go by skin color. You know what I'm saying, when it comes straight down to it. But reading through the story and the attributes that's being displayed and distributed, we can clearly see by the Spirit that this is, more likely an Edomite. Okay, it says she grew up shooting guns on her family's ranch. What's the family's ranch? The fatness of the land. Esau had the fatness of the land. They had places where they can actually go and shoot guns with nobody around. If I was in my neighborhood just shooting a gun and just target practicing, police will, can be called immediately. They're coming. Johnny on the spot. There's a nigga in the hood shooting a gun. You know what I'm saying? We can't do it like that. It says now she's the Army's first female active duty sniper. Okay, it says Maciel, if I'm pronouncing her name right, I'm not sure. Hay grew up shooting rifles and handguns on her family ranches in California and Oregon. See, not only do they have land in California, they also have land in Oregon, the fatness of the land. Her ability to quickly find things as a little girl led family members to nickname her Sniper. Now Hay is the U.S. Army's first female active duty sniper. And they're proud of this, too. They're proud of this. She's proud. Her family's proud. I was reading in the comment boards. Everybody just proud. But when they put her over there, when they send her ass to World War III, it's going to be a different tone. And she's going to have a different tone as well. She's going to, want to be a lady. And I'm willing to bet you, who knows, maybe she can cook. She might know how to cook. I bet you she can't sew one of them army shirts that she have on together. I bet she can't make those pants. I bet she probably can't even sew holes in the heel of a damn sock. She might know how to cook. I'm sure she probably can know how to, maybe they probably showed her a few things that she could survive off of if she got caught up out in the woods. You know what I'm saying? She might know how to, fucking skin a rabbit or some silly shit. But anyway, it says she graduated Army Sniper School on November 3rd at Fort Moore in Georgia. A close friend of mine told me I'd never make it in the Army, and there's no way I could become a sniper. Needless to say, that person is no longer a part of my life, but now that I look back at it, I really do appreciate the motivation. Hay said that throughout her training, she was surrounded by superiors, including drill sergeants, who say her potential and encouraged her to pursue sniper school. And there's her family, of course, you can clearly see, Yeah. Anyway. She initially only qualified as a sharpshooter status with her M4 service rifle, which involves hitting 30 out of 40 targets. Now, this is another point that I wanted to point out with this, is that, now she increased that to expert, though, by hitting 36 targets out of the 40, right? So she's an expert target shooter. Now, I wanted to point that out because See, the so-called blacks. See, there's about to be sedition among men, civil war. It's going to be class wars. You know what I'm saying? Nation shall rise up against nation, kingdom against kingdom, things of that nature as far as the prophecies. So these people, they're ready. See, this is just one woman. You know what I'm saying? That's out of the Edomite family that can go out into the woods and kill and whatever the fuck. If this lady shooting at you, she's going to hit your ass, more than likely. I seen a video, matter of fact, I think it was today, of a young so-called black woman. She at the gas station with a handgun, just shooting. Jake just shooting at everybody, get hit except for who they shooting at. So our people are not ready for what's to come, man. When Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, get let loose, they're gonna look. These people go to the range, man. They are expert shooters. A lot of them are. But when it comes to our people, Jake just out here shooting up every goddamn thing. They killing the kids. They killing grandmama. But the nigga that they was trying to shoot, this nigga is still standing there with his pants hanging off his ass with a chain on. You know what I'm saying? You're looking like, look at me, I made it. You ain't even hitting him. So let's just keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? That when shit hit the fans, Esau Edom is going to be on Jake's ass, man, and Jake not going to be ready for it. Hay said shooting comes naturally to her. Of course it comes naturally to her because that's a part of Esau Edom's gift. It's nothing, and it's more than her. These militias, I know here where I stay, hey, these militias, man, they teach them young girls. I've seen videos of young so-called white girls, like the ages of 6, 7, 8 years old, man, with 2 guns in both hands, letting them bitches go. Reloading the clip, dumping with accuracy, man. Hitting the target. You see? It says, crediting her Uncle Si with teaching her the basics as a young girl. And that's what Esau does, man. Soldiers attending sniper school go through a rigorous selection process that is both mental and physical because sniper operations require a high level of fitness, discipline, and concentration. Here you go, you got Big Shirley in the hood. She's not accurate on nothing except picking up a cheeseburger. Some fries, man. She's not accurate with nothing but fussing at somebody at the drive-thru about, not giving her enough sauce, for her damn chicken tenders, man. Obese, 300-400 pounds, in a scooter at Walmart, looking for some damn donuts. Here you go, you got this woman, she's disciplined. She's disciplined to the point of being able to sit out in weather, that's, below 0 degrees, you know what I'm saying? In camouflage, waiting for a day, 2 days, 3 days at a time. Probably sitting there they probably done taught her how to live off damn worms or, whatever. She'll take a piss on herself. She'll take a shit on herself. That's what snipers do. Snipers will sit in a situation or sit in an area to not give away their location. They'll actually use the bathroom on themselves. I'm pretty certain that she's done that. I bet. Look, look up sniper training. That's why I just said, let me get that back again. It says it's both mental and physical because snipers operations require a high level of fitness, discipline, and concentration. You have to literally take a dump on yourself or you can't lose that spot because you can easily be killed. First off, it says it took many hours, multiple people, and tons of sewing to create an acceptable ghillie suit. So she's out here, she done created her a ghillie suit. Says, speaking about a task of creating the camouflage disguise that she wears to hide from enemies. See? Candidates in sniper school go through various tests, including those involving stalking and concealment, observation and intelligence gathering, survival skills, and land navigation. So this lady knows all this. See? The rapid target engagement and intelligence reporting were 2 of the toughest areas for me, said Hay. I also struggled with the very last test where we had to engage long-distance targets while sitting on rucksacks that positioned threw off my balance. I'm not sure exactly what rucksacks is. Let's see here, though. Salakia. Learn something new every day. Let's see. A bag that is strapped to the back with 2 shoulder straps and is used for carrying personal belongings. Okay, so she basically, she's got what she's living off of, in that big ass backpack. But you seen the size of them backpacks, man. Seen the size of them damn backpacks. But anyway, says after completing her training, Hay and other graduates received certifications at the as U.S. Army snipers. The qualification means the soldiers have met the high standards set by the school and is capable of carrying out sniper duties. Hay's family, anyway, but look, Esau is expert at these things. This man will put on bear spray. Hey, check out some of the hunting channels, man. And that's something that our people don't really do like that neither. But if you see Esau in action, Esau know everything about hunting down something, man. He hunts people. He's the king of hunting down Jake. Here you go. You had Jake trying to run during slavery. Esau pick up the scent with his goddamn hound dog, and he's on your ass. And I don't give a fuck if you had a 3-day head start. Esau gonna catch up to you. So, hey, like I said again, I don't want to keep the lesson long. I just wanted to go off into this to show that, hey, this is Esau's character, man. This is and the scriptures talks about Esau being revealed. Let me get that real quick. We have to stay on top of revealing Esau Edom, man. 2 Thessalonians 2:3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first. And that falling away is the falling of the Israelites. That been happened. So now the secondary part of this prophecy is coming to pass. It says, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. So the man of sin, the son of perdition, which is Esau Edom, the so-called white man, he's being revealed for who he is. Because that Job 9:24 says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, wherein who is he? Who's the one that says you're a sniper? The so-called white man. You have to go through his school. You have to go through his schooling. You have to go through his rigorous training. Then he says you're a sniper. Other than that, you're not a sniper. And like I said again, if Jake were to get out here and try and get to doing some of that stuff on their own, you out here, you just want to, you out here with a damn pellet gun. Esau he's coming to shut shit down. What are you doing? Oh, well, I had a desire to become a U.S. Army sniper. Well, all right, well, you just going to have to wait to go to the Army. You ain't going to just be out here shooting on the land. You see what I'm saying? Verse 4 says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called Yahweh, or that is worship, so that he is God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. And he gave you so-called white Jesus with that. But he feels as if he's the ultimate authority in the planet, which this is his kingdom. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord Yahweh, by H.I.M is the ultimate. He runs everything. And the only reason why Esau is in power like that is because the Lord actually gave them the power to do what they're doing. You see what I'm saying? But he doesn't understand that. He's not spiritual in that way. He just really thinks that it's science. It's all about him. Look at us and look at our creations and look at how we've changed the world. Oh, they changed the world, all right, into a piece of shit. But anyway, I just wanted to touch on this. Hey, keep in mind, this is a lady that's ready. So you have to imagine what their sons are like, what the men are like. And like I said again, they're proud as hell. Esau is prideful, man. And that pride comes before that fall. That haughtiness before that fall, roughly paraphrasing. That's the reason why America is falling the way that it's falling. It's time. They've had enough time to bask in their pride. We're the best at this. We're the best at that. And like I said again, I ain't even going into the comments. The comments, you know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of people that's praising this lady. But if they put her ass on the front line, or if she get caught up, what you think is going to happen to her if they catch her in the field? Because she got to go in the field if she's a sniper. What do you think is going to happen if they catch her? Like, seriously, what do you think is it? Hey, that sniper shit is not gonna. She's not nothing. That sniper shit not gonna get her anywhere. If they catch her ass up and throw her off into a cell, and they're, these guys are trading turns with her. And you know what, too? Also, let me get this too. That comes back to mind. 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And I wanted to bring that out is because we're not ignorant of the fact that Esau's army, they're not able to recruit people like how they used to recruit people. So this right here is like a people will look at this and say, well, damn, that sounds exciting. That's something that I would love to do. But they don't understand the process that you have to go through to actually become one of these snipers, man. But this is something to pull in foot traffic, so to speak. You see? So don't get it twisted. You so-called black women, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American women, and y'all better steer clear of Esau Edom shit, man. Now let this man, and you men as well, let this man go to war. Let him do what he gonna do. Let him fight. This is his shit. He stole it. Let him let him get down. Let Esau fall by himself, man. Don't get involved, man. Don't let nothing like this trick you into thinking like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that sounds so, Esau trying to make shit seem like it's this exciting adventure. Let him go on this exciting adventure. Here you go, this man to have your ass over in damn Russia somewhere in some damn mountains in 30 below to 0 degrees and snow and shit, waiting to try and hit somebody. Anyway, with that, hey, I pray that this lesson was edifying. Kwam Yashala.